Welcome to Week 8 of the Iowa Conference Series here on YouTube, and we've got some more fantastic matchups this week. Let's go ahead and recap what happened in last week's action. First of all, number 2 ranked Starmont stays unbeaten as they beat Cedar Rapids Kennedy on the road 56-16. Cougars still searching for their first win of the year. My Don Bosco Dons are still ranked number 9 in the country after a 52-27 win at Gladbrook-Rhinebeck. The Dons with just the one loss to Starmont this season. Waverly-Shell Rock is 7-0 and ranked number 8 after they beat City High 24-14. Waterloo East, no match for Central City there, 35-3. The Trojans at risk of a winless season there at 0-7. Cedar Falls, number 4 in the country after their 42-17 win over Waterloo Columbus. In non-conference action, Grundy Center gets the win over Army 32-14. A shootout there in Lynn County as Solon gets past Cedar Rapids Prairie 48-46. And another tight one at Memorial Stadium as Waterloo West just gets past Williamsburg 35-33. Now let's take a look at this week's matchups. We've got some really good ones here. First of all, number 8 Waverly-Shell Rock finishes non-conference play as they welcome UAB Alabama Birmingham to Go Hawk Stadium. Number 2 Starmont takes on Williamsburg in a rematch of a a conference title game from 2 years ago. And here's the one to watch, the national game of the week, as number 4 Cedar Falls stays in Black Hawk County to take on number 9 Don Bosco at Tom Ryan Field in Gilbertville. It's a Cedar Falls squad that's ranked 4th in the country. They're 6-0. Don Bosco number 9, but just 5-1 after their loss to Starmont a couple weeks back. Cedar Falls beat Don Bosco pretty badly 2 years in a row, but last year Don Bosco got their revenge and picked up their first win over the Tigers in program history. They'll look to make it 2-2 all time and pick up a huge win there in Gilbertville. So that'll be the game to watch today, and it's the national game of the week. In other matchups in the conference non-user games, Central City welcomes Grundy Center to Lynn County, while Solon will host Cedar Rapids Kennedy as the Cougars still looking for that first win. It's the Iowa City battle at Frank Bates Field as City High welcomes Iowa City West. Waterloo Columbus plays host to Gladbrook-Rhinebeck, and Cedar Rapids Prairie welcomes Waterloo West there in Cedar Rapids. So some great matchups this week, but we have to start with the national game of the week. College Game Day is heading to Gilbertville and will be there as well as number 9 Don Bosco takes on number 4 Cedar Falls. Right now, let's head out to Tom Ryan Field. And here we are at Tom Ryan Field. Cedar Falls football first, but they have 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. Madison looking towards the end zone, takes a deep shot. It's well covered, but oh my goodness, what a grab. What a touchdown grab by Christopher Greenwell Jr. TJ Usaf got mossed. The Tigers strike first. They lead 7-0. Or do they? They're going to go for the extra point, and it's blocked by David Batista. No good on the blocked extra point. So it's only 6-0. Cedar Falls with the advantage here. 6.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Don Bosco football now. Elijah Fitzgerald gets out of the pocket, gets rid of it to Carter Pate, the converted lineman to tight end. He makes the grab into Tiger territory down to the 45-yard line. Don Bosco into the red zone now. It's a give to Jerron Sunday. Good blocking, makes a juke. He's inside the 5, down all the way to the 4. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Dons. Now 2nd and goal from the 4. It's another give to Sunday, but he's met in the backfield and dropped for a 2-yard loss. Staffiel and Green got back there, and now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal from the 6. Fitzgerald looking it over, gets the pass to Michael Hilton. That's caught, and that's a Don Bosco touchdown. The Dons get into the end zone for the score. They make their extra point, so they lead 7-6 here late in the first quarter. Cedar Falls football now is Madison. He's going to get out of the pocket. He's going to take off and run. It's a 1st down and more. Going to get near midfield, and he's going to run out of bounds at the 50-yard line. A big pickup there for the quarterback, Adam Madison. But there on 3rd and inches, he keeps it and is thrown back by Evan McCormick for a big loss. 4th and 5, the Tiger field goal team comes out. Here's Joey Kenton to attempt the kick. It's a 42-yard try from the right hash, but it's pulled well to the left. No good. Goes into the student section back there. Our score remains 7-6 as Don Bosco gets the football back. They have 3rd and 1. It's the heavy formation, but the 1st down is not picked up on the QB sneak. Fitzgerald's a couple inches short. It's a hurry-up offense here for the Tigers. They're going right back to the I formation here. 4th and inches, all the way back at their own 35. Anwar Johnson, the power back in there at running back. He will have the 1st down. A good pickup there for Johnson. Plenty more. He wouldn't quit fighting. Picks up nearly 10. And it's going to be a 1st down for the Dons. Now they have 2nd and 8 into Cedar Falls territory. Fitzgerald gets out of the pocket. Now he's going to take off, and he's got some room. To the 25. Gets out of bounds all the way to the 18-yard line. That's a good pickup for Fitzgerald. Now the Wildcat, Juron Sunday, pop pass to Anwar Johnson, and that's going to be a touchdown. Anwar Johnson on the touchdown reception from Juron Sunday as the Dons get back on the board. They lead 14-6 here after the 2-minute warning for the Tigers trying to get this thing going. Madison getting out of the pocket, takes a deep shot down the field, but that's intercepted as Exodus Ayers, the transfer cornerback who has been simply phenomenal since coming to Gilbertville. He makes another big play, and now the Dons have a chance to do something here before the half. 41 seconds until the break. The Dons have all 3 timeouts, but here they have 3rd and 14. Fitzgerald gets out of the pocket, takes a shot to the end zone, and Michael Hilton has his 2nd touchdown grab of the day. What a phenomenal play by Hilton to come back to the football and make the catch. And Don Bosco with a commanding 21-6 lead here as Cedar Falls desperately trying to get some points before the break. But that's not going to help as Duncan Stockton gets back there for the sack. It's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and 14 for Cedar Falls. Madison trying to make a play here on 3rd and long. Less than 15 seconds to play in the half. Deep shot down the field, but that's a phenomenal catch over Exodus Ayers made by Brendan Blankenship. What a grab for the Tigers, but the time is running out. This will be the last play of the half. Madison hit as he throws by Stockton, incomplete, and that will be the half. Dons lead 21-6 at the break, and it's their football first in the second half. Fitzgerald gets out of the pocket, dumps it off to the tight end, Riley Poole. He's got a nice gain. He's going to get all the way down to the 20-yard line into the red zone. And Cedar Falls trying to make something happen here, but now they have 3rd down. Fitzgerald looking to throw, getting out of the pocket. Takes a shot, but that's a mistake. Was looking for Hilton, but it's intercepted by Braxton Hall, as that is a mistake for Don Bosco. Had a chance to kind of put the nail in the coffin of the Tigers, but now Cedar Falls has new life. Tigers trying to make a play here, but that's trouble, and Carson Patterson's going to get back there for the sack. The big nose guard makes the play. Now the Tigers have 4th down. 4th down and 2 yards to go. Madison looking over the field, gets rid of it. That is caught by the tight end, George Ehlers, for the 1st down. That moves the chain, so that keeps the drive alive. 4th quarter now, and it's 3rd and 2 for the Tigers. Madison gets it back to Ehlers, and he's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. George Ehlers, the big tight end out of Alabama, gets into the end zone for the score. So Cedar Falls gets back on the board, but still down 8. And here comes Juron Sunday, getting outside, and now look out. He's got all sorts of speed all the way down to the 38-yard line. He's over 100 yards in the day. A big pickup there for Don Bosco, and now it's 3rd down. They'd like to waste some more clock, and that will help as the pass is complete to C.J. Major across the middle, and now they can waste some more time. And with just over 4 minutes to play, Randy Kelly's going to try a chip shot field goal. It's up, and it's good. And Don Bosco makes it a 2-possession lead with 4 minutes to play in the game. A big field goal there. And now the Tigers have 3rd and forever, 3rd and 18. Madison looking to throw. Hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Reginald York III, and that's going to just about seal it. York with the pick, and Don Bosco for the 2nd year in a row has beaten Cedar Falls 24-13. A statement win for the Dons as they take down a very good Cedar Falls team. Both are now 5-1 in the conference on the season. And now we'll head over to Waverly for non-conference action. Waverly-Shell Rock hosting Alabama Birmingham here today at Go Hawk Stadium. And there's a big play for Nazir Shaw, who gets back there for the sack. Scoreless here in Waverly, but they're trying to change that. It's the give up the middle to Hugh Krause. He's going to fight his way into the end zone. And the star freshman fullback gets in once again. As Waverly-Shell Rock strikes first here, they lead 7-0. But UAB trying to respond. Deep shot down the field. That's caught, and that's a touchdown for UAB as they tie the game at 7 here in the second quarter. 7-all here at Go Hawk Stadium. But it's a give now to Brett Dubose, and he's got a big gain. Getting to the 20. Finally taken down inside the 15 all the way down to the 12-yard line. Great pickup there by Dubose. And on 1st and goal from the 1, they go back to Krause, and he goes back to the end zone. It's another Go Hawk touchdown as Hugh Krause does what he does so well and gets in that short yardage situation. It's 14-7 now, and this is a pop pass to Juan Vaughns as he's going to have a 1st down and more. Going to the 20, down to the 10 before he finally steps out of bounds with 47 ticks of the clock remaining before the break. Now another man comes in motion. It's a pop pass again, this time to J.C. Hodges, and he's going to get to the end zone. Hodges scores from 10 yards out, the sophomore out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He gets into the end zone, and Waverly-Shell Rock extends their lead 21-7 over UAB. And that's going to be another mistake. A defensive play made by the Go Hawks, as that is picked off by Nick Goings, the middle linebacker out of Alabama, makes the play. And it's going to go back to the Go Hawks, and they will try to score before the half, and Lucas O'Doyle will do just that. O'Doyle gets into the end zone for the touchdown in a huge end-of-half series here, as the Go Hawks have extended that lead to 28-7, and Hugh Krause looks to make it 35-7, and he dives over the top of the pile, and he will do just that. It's 35-7 Go Hawks as they are flexing their muscles now against UAB. As this one is all but over, but a deep shot here for UAB, and that will be caught, and that's going to be a touchdown as the Blazers get on the board. But Waverly-Shell Rock was still way too much today for UAB, as they will get the late score there. But it is a 42-14 win for Waverly-Shell Rock. They remain undefeated. They have a bye next week with a big-time matchup with Starmont coming up very soon. And that is exactly where we will finish this episode off, at Starmont as they host Williamsburg. That's a pretty solid start for the Stars. A big gain down to Michael Hilton all the way to the 2-yard line. Second and goal from the 4 now, and here comes Anwar Johnson. He's going to get into the end zone from 4 yards out. As Starmont strikes first against the Raiders, they lead 7-0. Johnson having a phenomenal breakout season. Now it's a play-action pass for the Raiders. The quarterback in big trouble here on third down, and that will be a sack for Kai Gilbertson as he gets back there to take down the quarterback. 7-0 Stars, and Anwar Johnson's going to go back to the end zone. No stress there. That's an easy foot race for Johnson as he's going to go to the end zone. Big-time play there as the Stars extend their lead 14-0 here in the first half. Williamsburg does get a field goal up and in to make it 14-3, but they're going to need a little bit more than that field goal to compete with Starmont here today, as Johnson's going to go to the end zone for the third time today. Check out that block by DeMarcus Gaskins, by the way. He just laid a man on his back as it's 21-3, a big-time advantage for Starmont. And they're not done yet. Deep shot here towards the end zone for Michael Hilton, and that is going to be caught, and that is a touchdown. What a start to this game for the Stars. They lead 28-3 before the break. Williamsburg just has no answer for Starmont right now as they're trying to make something happen, but the quarterback's running all over the place, and that is going to be a sack, a big-time sack there for Roland Galladay. It's 28-3 at the break. A field goal there by the Raiders makes it 28-6, but they're still way behind in this one. And Starmont looking to make another play. Here comes Anwar Johnson with a nasty spin move, a juke. Now it's a foot race, and nobody's going to catch Johnson. He's going to go all the way. It's a 75-yard touchdown sprint, and it's 35-6 Starmont. An absolute blowout here in Arlington. And now they're going to try to extend that lead further. Here comes Javius Bond. He's got great blocking. He's across midfield. He's going to finally be pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line, but it's another big-time pickup for the Stars. They're going to look to end this drive in the end zone. Fitzgerald across the middle. That is caught. C.J. Major gets the touchdown that time for the Stars, and they are all over the Raiders here today. 42-6 our score. Deep shot down the field, but that is picked once again. Another mistake for them as Alfonso Chester makes the interception. Nearly returns it, taken down at the 24-yard line to begin the fourth quarter. And Starmont is all over Williamsburg right now. Javius Bond falls forward and falls across the goal line for the touchdown as Bond gets into the end zone for the first time today. Starmont just having their way with Williamsburg today. No competition whatsoever so far in this one. Is that one across the middle? It's another pick. Just mistake after mistake. This time it's Evan McCormick on the play. The junior linebacker out of Maryland makes the pick. And one play later, here comes Anwar Johnson again. Beautifully blocked, and he's going to get into the end zone. That's another Starmont touchdown as this thing is just getting silly here in Arlington. They are all over Williamsburg, and they're not done yet. Here comes the pressure from that defensive line. It's nearly a safety, taken down just a few yards in front of the goal line. Kai Gilbertson gets back there again. And for good measure, Anwar Johnson's going to get in there once again. A phenomenal showing by Johnson. He is having such a phenomenal season, currently the front runner for the Heisman. And that is going to do it for a blowout victory for Starmont. And before we finish up this episode, do want to give a quick recap of our current standings. We've got 2 ties. First, tied for number 1 in the conference, Waverly-Shell Rock and Starmont are both 6-0 overall. The Go-Hawks, 6-0 in the conference. The Go-Hawks 8-0 overall. They will be off next week. Starmont 7-0 overall, and they will be back in action next week to try to even things up at 8-0 with Waverly-Shell Rock. And then Cedar Falls and Don Bosco, after the Dons take down the Tigers, they're both 4-1 in conference play, 6-1 overall. So 2 teams tied for first, 2 teams tied for third, and that is how we stand heading into next week. So Waverly-Shell Rock is off next week, but the other 3 teams will be in action. So certainly be sure to come back and check out that game or that episode next time right here on the Iowa Conference Series here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.